Howdy guys, my name's Caleb. I'm here with my buddy John. We are going to go over some rescue swimming for you guys and how to do rescue swimming. The first one we're going to do, now we're in a pool, we're not in the ocean, but I want to talk about rip current swimming and how to do it. My knowledge is I am a head lifeguard at the Meadville Area Rec Complex. This is where we're at. It's at my work. So I'm a head lifeguard here. I've been a lifeguard here for 4 years. I'm going on 5. But we're just going to go into stuff. We don't have a wave pool, but it's how to survive and be able to swim with you're in a current. A lot of times it's scary. So the number one thing you need to do if you get caught in a current is to stay calm. In any situation when you're in the water is you need to just be calm. It's completely okay. You're going to be fine. The more you panic, the more you're splashing water and ingesting that water to the point that you might start to drown, and that's not what we want. We want you to stay safe, and if there's lifeguards there, we're trying to prevent everything from that happening. So when you get caught in a rip current, it can be scary because yes, it's pulling you out to sea. Now there's a couple things that you can do. The first one is you sit there, you yell for help, you wave your arms if there's people around, and somebody will be out there to save you. Now we're going to go over some saves on what to do, and we're going to do that here in a little bit, but I just wanted to go over the rip current saves and what to do with that. So with the rip current, the first thing you want to do if there's people around, wave your hands, yell for help, and somebody should be there to be able to run up to help you. You never want to swim back against the current because you're going to be more tired. And the tired you get, the more likely you're going to sink. Now the second thing you can do is you can float. Just float on your back and let it take you, and a lot of times you're going to hit another current which is going to pull you into shore. But the third thing is you want to swim parallel with the shoreline. So if the shoreline is where John is, I'm going to be looking at him while I'm swimming, and I'm going to swim parallel with him. And while we're swimming parallel, we're going to look at the waves and where are the waves coming from. So if we can get some breaking waves, we're going to body surf the waves back to shore and let the waves carry us back into shore, because most of the time the waves have more strength in them than the current does. Now you might hit a wave and get pulled back out a little bit and hit another wave, and you're just going to go back and forth. It might take a while, but you're still there and you're still moving forward. So those are the keys to do it in the ocean. Now I'm going to have John come up here and I'm going to show you guys what to do if somebody is stuck in a current and how to save them. So what you want to do is you want to try to talk to them first, but you want to be behind them and you want to scoop them underneath the armpits, and you just want to lean them back. So when we're leaned back like that, and that way we're able to kick. Now if he's active and he's yelling for help and he's scared, what I'm going to do is when I scoop him up, I'm going to be like, hey, you need to help me kick, because that's another body, that's another human body on you. They might weigh more than you, they might not, but either way, that's more weight that's going to weigh you down. So you want to be able to kick your feet, and if they're active and they can do it, you want them to kick your feet so you guys are able to work together as a team at that point. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to the deep end. We're going to do that save. We're going to show you guys a beach drag on how to drag somebody out on a beach if there's an injury, on what to do that way. But the next thing I'm going to show, and we're going to split this up into demonstrations so you'll be able to see that as well, is if you have a passive victim, which is somebody that's not moving, and for say John is laying face down, I'm not going to have him do it now because I'm going to talk for a while and he's going to be underwater and he might drown, and I don't have time for that. But say you're at a beach or you're at a pool that's not protected by a lifeguard. Now there are a lot of beaches and pools that are out there that don't have lifeguards at them. So if you were to see somebody who's laying face down and they're not moving, or you watch somebody do something and they hit their head, you can't just whip them up, because if they have a neck injury, there's a chance that you're going to paralyze them more. So we want to stabilize the head. So I'm going to show you on John now what we do. You don't have to be in the water, you're fine. I'm going to show you from here and then we'll go in the water. But what we do is we take their arms and we grab right below the elbows here, and we really squeeze the head into a streamlined position. For those of you that know what streamline is, it's just to make you break up the water so you're more aerodynamic in the water. But when we're doing this and we're streamlined, it allows us to keep the head and neck in line and we're not moving it around. And that really helps them stay safe and we're not going to run the risk of having further neck injuries. So we're going to go through on how to do each one of those. And again, we're going to do the beach save, we're going to do the deep end swim on how to rescue somebody. So we hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you later. Well, we thank you guys for tuning in with this. It's a lot of fun. What I do want to say is, if you go somewhere and there are lifeguards and you've gotten anything out of this, please let the lifeguards do their jobs. I know it's hard sometimes because many places there are a lot of high school students and we don't think high school students can do it. I work at the Meadville area rec complex, and as a head lifeguard, yes, I'm a college student, but I do work with a lot of high school students. We put in a lot of hours to maintain our skills and the ability to go in and save people. So if you're somewhere where there are lifeguards and that is their job to save, you can assist them and ask them if they need assistance, but please don't just go and do it for them. We understand that a lot of times, like, high school students have the image that they can't do things. But to be a lifeguard, it's a 10 to 12 hour online study course where we're going over notes and pages and videos of everything, and we have to take tests. Like, in order to be a lifeguard, we have 3 tests that we have to take, written tests, that we have to get over, and we have to have an 80% or higher on. If not, we fail it and we have to retake that test. And if we fail it 3 times, we can't be a lifeguard. Along with that, we spend another 20 hours in a pool going over our different saves, going over jumps, going over rescues, going over CPR. Now, we don't do CPR in the water because it's not sturdy, but that's just more training that we do. So we spend a good 30 to 32 hours in training to be a lifeguard. And I understand that, you know, we worry about a high school student. They might be small, but we have all the tools necessary we could need in order to save someone. So it's okay to ask for assistance, but please don't just assume that they can't do it and go do their jobs for them. We really appreciate you guys cooperating with us. We really appreciate you guys being here. Again, my name's Caleb, and John, I don't know where he went. That's all, guys.